If you want long-term memory for an LLM app without new infrastructure, I will show a single-file SQLite approach with decay and forget. You are juggling context, user history, and relevancy. You want memories that stick when useful and fade when stale. By the end, you will understand a compact Python pattern that stores, ranks, and prunes memories inside one SQLite file, so your LLM keeps the right context without extra services. I'm Professor Pi, teaching AI engineering and LLM systems with simple Python. Many apps need memory. A chat assistant should recall a user preference from last week. A task agent should remember a planned step completed earlier. People reach for long-term memory because prompting alone gets noisy and costly as history grows. Success looks like faster prompts, smaller context windows, and more relevant retrievals. Using a single SQLite file keeps it simple. You can run it on a laptop or a small server. It scales to thousands of short memories with sub-second access. Start with an intuitive idea. Treat memories like notes with scores and timestamps. New notes enter the database with a tag and a freshness score. Over time, that score decays like a half-life, so older memories gradually lose priority. When something becomes important, you boost its score to surface it early. And when a memory is wrong or sensitive, you delete it on demand. Strength: no external index, minimal ops, fully auditable. Weakness: not a vector search at scale, but ideal for compact, explainable memory. We will build a tiny pipeline. It will create the SQLite file, add memories, retrieve recent entries by tag, rank memories by time decay, boost a tag, and finally forget a tag. This structure maps directly to many LLM workflows and keeps the code readable and safe. Now we will open the file and seed a starter memory. This snippet initializes a SQLite file and seeds one memory item. It creates a table for memories with fields for ID, tag, content, created time, and a score. The code then inserts one seed row so the database is not empty, and we can validate access. Key lines are the table creation and the insert statement. The created time uses the current timestamp, so decay math later has a reference point. Seeding a single memory gives you a deterministic starting state for tests. If you rerun this snippet, it will detect the table exists and avoid clobbering data unless you deliberately drop it. Next, we add a second memory and show how to fetch the most recent by tag. This snippet inserts another memory and retrieves the most recent by tag. It demonstrates how to append rows and then run a simple select that orders by created time descending and limits the result to one row. The insert shows the same fields as the first snippet, so your table stays consistent. The retrieval uses the tag to scope results, which is useful when you separate user preferences, project notes, and system facts. If you change the tag value, you direct the query to a different memory group. This pattern keeps writes cheap and reads focused, and it avoids scanning unrelated memories. Next, we rank memories using a half-life decay, so older items slowly lose priority. This snippet ranks memories by a half-life time-decayed score. The idea is simple. Each memory stores a base score and a created time. When we fetch memories, we compute an adjusted score that decays exponentially with elapsed time using a half-life parameter. The query or the post-processing applies the decay formula so recent memories retain more weight. The half-life value controls speed of forgetting. A shorter half-life drops relevance fast and favors very recent context. A longer half-life preserves long-running facts. This lets your app prefer fresh memories while not discarding useful older ones immediately. Next, we show how to boost a tag to prioritize it for retrieval. This snippet boosts a target tag to prioritize relevant memories. It updates the score field or inserts a burst event tied to the tag, so those rows get a higher adjusted score on the next ranking pass. You can apply boosts when the user explicitly marks something as important, or when an agent confirms an outcome. Boost magnitude is an adjustable parameter. A larger boost will surface those memories more often and can override decay briefly. A smaller boost provides a softer nudge. The snippet also demonstrates a safe update pattern, so you can audit boosts and revert them if necessary. Next, we forget a tag on demand and show what remains. This snippet forgets a tag on demand and reports remaining memories. The forget action deletes rows that match the tag or marks them as deleted, depending on your retention policy. The snippet then runs a query to list remaining memories so you can confirm the wipe. This is important for user control, compliance, and correctness when a memory is wrong. The code shows both irreversible delete and soft delete by toggling a deleted flag, and it prints or returns the remaining rows so callers can validate the outcome. Use forget sparingly because deletion is permanent in the hard delete case. A quick mapping to a real project. Replace the toy content fields with small embedding vectors if you need semantic search later. Keep the same decay and boost logic as metadata fields. For a chat assistant, store recent messages as memories with user or session tags. For a task manager, store action states and boost critical steps. The single SQLite file remains the source of truth. Recap. It is a single file SQLite memory store with timestamps and scores. Use it when you want simple, auditable long-term memory without extra services. One caveat is that this approach is best for thousands of short memories, not tens of millions or high-dimensional vector search. Next step. Scale the same pipeline by adding a small ANN index for vectors, or by adding timing and accuracy checks to compare retrieval quality as you change the half-life and boost values. If short, practical AI engineering helps, subscribe and watch the AI engineering videos.